Alright guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman Studio. Today we've got Umair in the chair. How are you, mate?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks man, I'm very well. So, how can I help you today?
Cutting my hair off, man. I always go for like a quiff. So the fringe comes down to about my eyes. So that's probably what I'm going to go for. And then for the sides, like a medium skin fade.
Wow.
I do have a couple of pictures.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, cool.
And then I like the fade over here because it's kind of connected into it. It's not completely disconnected. Okay. So I like that aspect of that.
That's quite a high fade though. That's
yeah, a bit lower than that. Definitely
okay, yeah, sure. And do you want the fringe to be so heavily disconnected, or do you want it to be more like a messy quiff?
Not as much, like a messy quiff.
Like a messy quiff, okay. So do you want it to be as long and as different in terms of length?
I think this is a bit longer than what I'd want.
Yeah.
A bit shorter than that.
Okay, cool, yeah. Certainly. And I can see you've already got a slight, well, quite a heavy undercut at the moment, haven't you?
Yeah.
I noticed that when you came in, I was thinking, wonder what we're going to do with that today. Okay, cool, man, yeah? You sure? You sure you want to do this?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this for like 5 months now.
Okay.
And I feel like my hair health being this long isn't as good, so I think it's time to cut it down now.
Sweet, man. All right, cool. Oh, this is going to be exciting, this, man. Oh, thanks for giving me the pleasure to do this, mate. It's always fun.
It's amazing.
Sweet. All right, well, what we're going to do is I'm probably going to give it just a quick shampoo and condition just to wet it down. It's much easier to section off that way.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I'm probably going to cut the top down first.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
That way. All right then, man. Cool. Right, let's get you canned up and get this started. Cool. Wow, not expecting this.
Was you not?
No. Well, I don't do any of the emails, you see. It's Liam does it.
That's fair.
I don't want to know. I'd prefer just to meet you on the day. Yeah. If I overthink it, it'll never turn out as well as I want it to. So I'm a bit of an overthinker, you see. So I always just like to be a little bit more. I like it to be as real as it would be in my natural environment of the shop. Can I take this off? You ready? Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah.
Let's see the power of these scissors, shall we? Quartered steel's finest. You ready, yeah?
Go on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh. No,
mate.
It's 2.5 years of hard work.
Do you know what, mate? You can always do it again, though. You've got your... would you never do it again?
No way.
Wow, fair
my
enough,
family was fuming when I told them I was going to grow my hair out. Really? Trust me. You ever had an Asian dad tell you to cut your hair every day for like 2 years?
Okay, fair play.
But you know what the crazy thing is? Right now, he's like telling me not to cut it.
Oh, really?
So
yeah.
he's changed his mind.
See, that's the problem, though, right?
You have to trust the process.
That's it. You do have to trust the process. Yeah, it looks daft for quite a lot of time until you get like some serious length in it, and then it starts looking good.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to cut the shaping first. I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to cut the shape in and you'll start to see this haircut coming to life. Cool. All right. Now the reason I'm doing this, not doing like a horseshoe section, for example, is because you've already got a lot of your hair back inside already shaved. So I think I need to get the transition point in first, that connecting point in through here, and also pick the length on top. Yeah. Just find it falls better into the fade that way, I always find, because I can create the haircut already and then put the fade into the haircut, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool.
So take off about that through the back, because the fringe will then be the longest point through the top. How do you tend to wear the top, or how would you want to wear it? Do you want to wear it quite textured? Do you want to wear it quite smooth? What are you feeling like? Or just have an option?
Huh?
Just have options, like, you know.
Yeah,
like,
to be honest, I like to have variety in my hairstyles.
Okay.
So I guess I'd prefer smooth rather than too textured.
Okay, so a bit like the first haircut, would you say the one that you showed me?
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Cool.
But I do know that I want to take out as much weight from the top, from like the back as I can, because quite often I feel like as soon as I quiff it, in like 30 minutes, it drops down straight away.
That's not always through the back, that could be through the front itself, you know.
Oh, that's true.
So, because if you wanted to quiff up, then it's all about support elsewhere that will help that work. So, again, I always tend to go from like short to longer, because then that way you've got like a natural sort of like foundation to the front. Cool. So I'd probably do that. But I mean, I think it all depends on like the second haircut you showed me where you were pointing out the fade. That was quite a very heavy front, you know what I mean? So you know, on a photograph it looks great, but in real life it doesn't really do anything. Do you know what I mean? You're never going to get it to sit like that. So I think if you've just got enough length on top that allows you to kind of put the texture in, weight isn't always length. Weight's thickness. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what tends to weigh your hair down, is how thick your hair is. And you've been growing it for 2 years, so you know you'll have a lot of build up. It's all one length, so you need to really thin it out. You know what I mean? So the way I do that is I'd use a razor and use the scissors to thin your hair out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because you'll find that it will just fall in a much easier shape that way, I find as well. So when you said you buzzed it in lockdown, how short did you go?
Honestly, I don't remember. I was at home and I had like this really old machine. I just buzzed it off, and it wasn't even like a proper buzz. It was like patchy buzz.
Oh wow! Okay.
And I had my sister do it because I couldn't do it myself. It was honestly a big mess.
At least no one saw you though. That was the main thing, right? You know, were you still going into work or anything like that?
No, dude, I was at school.
Oh, you were at school?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Such a bold thing to do, like to grow your hair out like so long. It really is. It's just such a. I think it's something I wish I'd have done when I was younger. You know, it's something that I really wish I'd have like at least attempted properly. You know.
I mean, you could still try it.
Yeah, I could. I just don't know if I've got the patience for it now, though. You know, what would I be doing it for? You know what I mean? There'd be no real. You know what I mean? I think when you're younger, you can kind of pull it off a little bit more as well. I think maybe I'm thinking when I hit 50, I'm just gonna grow it.
You reckon?
Yeah. I've said that to myself. Yeah, I'm gonna grow it. Yeah.
Have you never grown it like ever in your life?
No, not really. No.
I feel like you should try it at least once.
I know, that's what I mean. That's what I. But I think now I feel like I just look like I'm having a bit of a crisis. You know what I mean? I just kind of because I don't really want to. I don't really know why I'd do it now. You know what I mean? I think maybe I'd have to. I think when I turn 50, I think, you know what? It's a sort of last ditch attempt. If I've still got my hair, last ditch attempt, I'll give it a go. I think that's what I'll have to do.
Yeah, go on then.
I'll have to give it a go then, mate. I think, but for now, I think I'm going to leave it short for now.
Yeah, it is a really, really long process growing it out.
It is, isn't it?
You really feel it, especially during the awkward stage.
Oh yeah, the awkward stage is like, I see it too often, mate. You know what I mean? I see it too often to kind of like want to go through, if you know what I mean? Because I get so many people coming to me going, oh, I just want to cut it off. And I'm like, just wait, just don't, you know. Learn from my mistake. I cut mine off and I wish I hadn't now because, you know.
I was very close to cutting it off myself, to be honest.
Were you?
Yeah. But then I was just lazy to go to a barber and get it cut, so I just grew it out, I guess.
That's the best way to grow it though. You know what I mean? It really is.
Just don't do anything.
Just be lazy, yeah. 100%. If you can get into a barber's every few months, that's even better. But honestly, if you can just kind of grow it out, it's always great. Because we get a lot of guys come to us like yourself, you know what I mean, who've grown their hair very long for a very long period of time. Yeah. And you always end up getting a really great finish because you are the best blank canvas. There's no other haircut in this, apart from obviously your undercut. There's no real other haircut in this, is there? It's just long layers all the way through. So, absolutely perfect. So at what point did you think to yourself then, I want to cut off?
To be honest, I was gonna cut it off like 2 or 3 months ago. But then I'd come across one of your like transformation videos.
Oh, did you?
Went through the description and I was like, might as well try it. And then it worked out, so I was like, I can wait a couple of months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, we've done some incredible transformations, like, you know. Some that you just like, I honestly really, like I said to you at the start, I wasn't expecting you to say that to me today. I really wasn't. I was expecting like, I don't know, maybe just like a fade on the undercut and then maybe like a trim on the length. Like we've done a few of them over the last few months, and I you know, you always get someone who just wants to go like really short. It's just so cool. Because
you know what? I was gonna come here and I was thinking I low-key want to go for a buzz cut again. You know,
really?
Just like what's stopping me?
Yeah, what is stopping? I know.
But then I realized the last one I didn't really like it that much. Okay. So I thought I'd rather not take the risk.
Do you know what though, right? You're best doing something like this because you can always shave it. Do you know what I mean? You've got another option. You know what I mean? If you really want to, if you get to that point with me in like a week or two and you're like, do you know what? Screw it.
Yeah.
At least you've tried the hairstyle that you like.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That is the beauty, you know what I mean? It just gives you an option then. But yeah, I always go on the verge of wanting to buzz my hair, you know, because I used to have my hair short all the time. I like buzzed short when I was a kid. Yeah. And there's parts of me that I just think, God, I really want to go back to that. I don't know why. I think I just do. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know why I don't know what the reason is. I
feel like every guy has an urge to just do it.
Yeah, I think so. You know.
Urge to do it.
You ever thought of putting colour through your hair before?
I have.
Have you?
I don't think I'm ever going to do that.
Okay.
It's a pretty damaging process. That's why.
I mean, It can. It obviously is technically, but there's enough products out there now that can really obviously take away the damage.
But it depends though. Like if I have to bleach it first, depends on what color.
Yeah, it all depends. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with your hair being so dark as well, I would imagine it would be quite a long process. Based off experience, I guess it will, because I remember when I used to dye my hair, I've got some terrible photos that are hidden away somewhere. Thankfully, they're not on the internet anymore. There was a trend that was going around for years. I think it's coming back a little bit now, called a shoe shine, where basically what you do is you get basically my haircut now. You dry it up and you get some bleach on a foil, and you basically just go across the tips.
Really?
Like frosted tips, basically. Yeah. Okay. And you go across, they call that a shoe shine, because it's like you're shining your shoe.
Yeah.
And you do just the tips. I had that as well for a while. I liked it, man. It looked good. You know what I mean? Back then it was great. It's like looking at trends,
young,
isn't it?
You like every hairstyle.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah.
What about now? Do you dye it, or is that just
no? It's completely au naturel, mate. Yeah. A lot of people think I do. Nice. Yeah.
I think it's because your beard comes out kind of black, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't have much white in my beard at all, and I'm not a very hairy person, so it's not like I don't. It's only my head that's got the white hair. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have a patch in my beard or anything that can kind of show it off. But no, it's really. It's just it's a weird thing with your hair, right? Because obviously you just lose that pigmentation in your hair, but on some people though, some people get it in certain areas. Don't they? They get it on the side. They get it in just a patch on the front. I had a grey streak on my cows. That grey streak there has been there since I was about 15.
Oh really?
Yeah. And it never changed until, God, it must have been when I was maybe early 20s, maybe mid 20s. I used to dye it then. I used to get dye it your colour back then. My hair was your colour back then. No. But yeah, I used to dye it. I used to get one of the guys I used to work with to dye it for me. And I really enjoyed it. It was just the problem was it was just a process of because my hair was still quite short. It was a constant battle all the time to get it done all the time.
Oh, okay.
And I just didn't have the time in the end,
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
I might try that out then. Dyeing the tips though.
The tips, man. Yeah. Put it this way. I honestly think, right, I'm going to put it out there now on camera. I feel like the frosted tips is going to be the next thing, because everyone's done the whole full bleach job.
Yeah.
Everyone's going for the 90s curtains. I reckon early 2000s frosted tips. That's the next trend. Quote me on that, guys. Quote me on that. I'm not going to get it. But I know anyone of a younger generation will. Not me though, but yeah. With the razor. And this is when I'm going to take the bulk away. So from the middle and just below, I'm going to take that. And this is going to thin it out, and then just through the ends. So we're getting lift in there, right? As you can see, it stands up. But also because we're taking it quite close to the root and just little tiny bits, it's taking away the thickness of the hair as well. So it's going to allow collapse. So that's what we're looking for. So I wanted to do both. I wanted to be as flexible as the pictures you showed me in a sense of the kind of movement, but I also wanted to, stand up if you wanted to as well. So I want to try and give you a bit of both really if I can.
Cool.
Go through the front. We want just pure root lift at the front. Okay. I want that to stand up for you. If you don't mind me asking then, how old are you?
I'm 19. I'm going to be 10, yeah. I do look a bit older for my age, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I get that quite often.
You do. I think just a lot of your age, 17, to grow his hair like that. I mean, the confidence is just crazy. It's because obviously when I was 17, no one would have done that. You know what I mean? It was very, very different. It was very different when I was growing up. I don't know. I just thought you were a bit older than that. Yeah. You're not offended by that?
No, of course not. Of course not.
I think for a guy when you're your age, it's quite nice to be thinking that they'd be told that you look a bit older. I think when you get to my age and someone goes, "How old are you? 40?" You're like, "No, I'm not. No, thanks." So are you studying, or are you in work, or?
Yeah, I'm at uni right now.
Oh, nice. Where are you studying?
UCL.
Oh, nice,
economics.
Man. What's the end goal?
I have no idea. Just trust the process.
Trust the process, man. Yeah. So that's the top done. Okay.
Yeah.
We can pick length at the end, but for now I think that's a good length. Okay, but you can tell me if you like at the end. All right.
Cool.
Let's just get the fade in there. Let's get everything cut in, and then we can start to pick, tweak, move it around, whatever else. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
So a little bit of salt spray in the top. I'm going to start to dry that fringe up a little bit now. So a bit of height in the fringe, round brush, bit of heat, perfect. Dead easy. Every single photograph you'll see of a fringe like that will be one of these and one of these, and maybe a little bit of salt spray or some sort of product. That's it? Yeah. Okay. And obviously a product that goes on top of that, you want to use to accentuate that as well. So, you know, are you liking the sort of finishes of the pictures? Like, do you like that kind of like matte kind of textured finish, yeah? Clay would be really nice for you. Again, you don't want something to be overpowered. You want the fade to be like popping. You want the top to be kind of moving around. You don't want anything to be one. You don't want it just to be about the fringe or just about the fade. You want to kind of all flow, I think, personally. Yeah. I can already see the comments now going, no, why did you do that? But you gotta remember, I don't make the decisions. I can't talk you out of it all the time, you know? I mean, with hair like yours, man, I mean, you can just see, you can suit anything. You've got the face shape, you've got the hair texture, and you are 19, so you can go it again, right? Just remember, it was not my idea. You came in with the idea. I just helped you get there. Right, so I'm gonna go with my number 2, and this is gonna be the bit where we set the guide to blend it into the top, okay? But I'm gonna work it from the crown. I want to blend this in because I want to try and keep as much of the top, so you've got that nice kind of top heaviness to it, but also you've got that fade that's kind of like you said, like the contrast of what you showed me before. I like that kind of contrast that you showed me, and I think that's the best way to get it is by going with the way the hair grows naturally, because that way you're not kind of keeping weight where it shouldn't be. You're just blending everything in. 2 guard on, pull out of the way, and work up and off. Up into that transition area here, like so. Which will fall a lot more natural by keeping that length at the front, and obviously keeping a bit more texture to the top as well. So now I want to put my zero line in. I'm going to do quite a sort of a nice stretched, harsh blend so that you can still see that top heaviness, but the really shortness on the back and sides as well. So I'm going to go straight in with the trimmers. I'm going to drop it down at the back a little bit as well. That way when you're dropping it down at the back, by keeping some length at the crown, nothing just looks like it's really front heavy. It doesn't just all come really kind of all the way to the front. You've got that balance of here and here, which balances the whole face shape out as well. In with the foils. Right, so I'm going to blend in the 2 into the transition area here, just around there, okay? So I'll start with the crown. You can see we're not taking much off towards the crown. Then we're getting a bit lower down through here as well. And just transitioning it from the 2 into that top bit there. Just trying to avoid the fringe, but let it fall not very natural as well. Now starting the second, I'm going to do a nice stretch blend. Open. Here from the skin into the two, top the head over, like so. It's the heel of the blade. And just stretch that out. But again, looking at the pictures you showed me, this is the kind of similar effect that the fade that Umair liked as well. Right, so one guard on, lever open, so to 1.5. I'm going to work up into where I start at my number 2. Just working all the way down till it's closed, so it becomes a number 1. And again, I'm not working up into here, I'm just working along this bit here, because I want to try and keep a lot of the thickness and a lot of the weight through the crown. And then we'll work on the scissors to kind of debulk it and kind of give it a bit more movement as well. Now back onto my minis. And keep everything nice and soft. Again, like the pictures. Just working with the natural hairline, just trying to strengthen it a little bit, but nothing major. Do my size 5 comb, a little bit of scissor over comb as well, just to refine the blend. Now switching on to my smaller comb, working on the smaller teeth as well. If you're doing any clipper work that's quite harsh, you want to just kind of get that more seamless finish, I just go for something that is a smaller comb. This is very similar to a size 1 comb. And do a little bit of picking just on the darker areas just to take away that and heaviness. And come from the top, just above the round of the head, pull it out, point cut in. Well, this will soften the blend. Same again, working over the crown. I'm just working across the crown now. There we go. Now finally, just going to work just in bits that I feel like we could probably just thin out a touch. Isn't going to make a difference to the height or anything. Just on this part of the fringe here, I'm just going to point cut into that, just take away a lot of the thickness. I don't want it to be smooth and sit over like the picture, but just not as kind of, the other picture was quite a heavy front, where this is now a bit more blended in, so I think it's a bit nicer. You can see there's loads of movement in there, as you can see here. Right, now just going to refine a little bit more. Half guard on, just through the sides here. And I've just kind of worked it the way your fringe wants to grow over to this side as well. So just kind of work with it.
Yeah.
So obviously a bit of product and then I'll kind of hold up for you.
Yeah.
I've just used the hairdryer at the start, as you saw with the round brush. That's just keeping it falling over for you, but I want it, again, like quite smooth. Yeah. So left enough length on the top that you can play around with it, so you can put it a bit textured if you want to. It's all connected in both sides, so it's all the same length both sides. It's not like one side's heavier than the other, it's all the same. The fringe is just down to about your eyebrows there as well, if that's all right, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Would you like to go for the clay that we spoke about to kind of have that more natural finish, yeah? Is that all right, yeah? Clay, so what you find is that it's got very strong sort of like dry finish to the hair, but it's just very pliable as well. So any clay like this is really good to use for like what you're trying to achieve, where you want that kind of like smoother finish more than it being too wet. Like mine's a pomade, so mine becomes more spiky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where this creates a bit more thickness, but a more of a smoother finish to it. You know what I mean? Work it through the blend, through the sides, and then through the top. Basically just use the photograph for inspiration, mate. I'm just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And you get that nice, smoother finish. Happy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks amazing, that man.
Looks really nice.
There we go. And you get that nice fade from the side, so you can see it dropping down, medium length on both sides as well.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Happy, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Thanks a lot, mate. Thank you, man. Thank you.